Okay.
Oh my. I'm dying.
No, you're not.
You know, I feel like last time I was on the pod, I scared everyone.
Living.
I got my blood work done, and everything
AIDS.
is normal again.
No HIV.
The doctor said that I probably have Gilbert syndrome, which sounds hot. He says it's when people have an unnaturally high level of bilirubin, which is like a yellow pigment in your blood.
Yes.
And he said that the only thing I should be scared of is if I ever get really dehydrated, I will likely turn a little yellow.
Jaundiced.
But he said there's no other complications.
Jaundice, baby.
So I guess I was like, if I don't drink water, will I turn yellow? And you know, I'm always insecure about looking yellow anyway because I paint white triangles under my eyes,
Sure do.
which makes your teeth and eyes look yellow.
Mama got Mick talk to her about white face and yellow teeth.
Girl.
Sweetie darling.
Yeah.
She got it together though. The one thing I don't regret is whitening my teeth before I went on Drag Race.
Honey, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. That woman deserves her revenge and we deserve to die.
That's been in my head. Also, well, yes, that's up there.
Oh yeah, Tokyo Tony.
Right now, that Cher, that I'm great, is pretty up there.
We want to talk about crazy stuff? I want to get braces again. Not for real. No. Don't.
Are the braces, is the need for braces in the room with us now?
Yes.
And what are you bracing for?
Bracing for my
Impact?
I'm bracing.
You want to get a back brace?
I'm bracing for my future.
My future.
My future in broadcast television, babes. No. I want to get an orthodonture.
I have maybe a psychological addiction to running, and because of my runner's knees, I haven't been able to run, and it is driving me insane.
I need to direct your attention to something that needs directing to. Please listen carefully. Running is a form of self-harm.
You think?
Long distance running is an actual form of self-harm for the human body.
But I'm not even long distance. These days I'm like 1, 2, 3, 5 miles. That's not long distance.
Mama, that's a long distance.
There are people in parts of the world who run that every day to go get water.
Boop, boop, be doop. But you have fresh potable water here at every location. Wait, I don't want to be
Not really,
adversarial.
because I strapped a turd to every spout in my house, and so the water comes out
brown. And then it's yellow in the eyes. Brown and yellow, Bodak yellow. Cardi party.
Yeah. First time I heard that song was by a drag queen. I had never heard maybe that aggressive. That beat drops and she's yelling those words and they're all and it stunned me.
Jarring.
It stunned me in a good way.
Oh.
It was like, whoa, we're listening at the drag show. Everyone leaned in.
Well, I leaned into her
drag track.
ASMR when she said Bodak yellow, and also sports. Cardi B's ASMR, although the audio is far from perfect for W Magazine, unlike Fran Drescher's, which is very good. Bodak yellow, and her huge breasts heaving out of a corset that she had just had a photo shoot. And she says, "Can I have the rug? It's soft. I got the tingles.
That kind of stuff goes over my head.
No, it should go.
ASMR things.
Really?
You
don't get the tingles.
Corporate errands like my ASMR, I put that on and like fall asleep to it.
Okay, that's great, but you get the tingles. Okay, so this is something I have probably talked about this before, but I need to talk to you about it again. When I was in 7th grade, Laura behind me in class picked lint off of my sweater and I got the tingles.
Okay.
And I thought it was sexual at the time. It was nothing of the sort. Then I went up to get extra help from the math teacher. I sat right by him and he droned in a low voice about these math problems, which I did not want to understand. And I got the tingles.
Okay.
From the crown of my head all the way down to the fingertips. It was a nervous system relaxation response.
Wow.
It was sensational, literally, because it was like...
Because it's a sensation.
Yes, and they called it autonomic sensory meridian response because the meridian is like a whatever, I don't know. But this is long before YouTube, of course. And now that there's whole communities...
There's a word for it.
Well, yeah.
When you were young, you weren't like, this is ASMR.
No shit. And only 20 years later, I'm like, oh my God, it was that. And this guy, Jojo, in Australia, a student, 24 years old, 3.3 million subscribers on his channel.
Yeah.
$13,000 microphone.
Well, the things that give me boners.
No, it's not a boner thing. It's not a boner thing. It's not a boner thing
No, I'm
at
saying
all.
perception of when it was young. You're saying you thought maybe you liked that girl, but that wasn't true.
Right.
When I was a kid,
yeah.
things I thought maybe were sexy, looking back, I'm like, no, it wasn't. Just anything was sexy. And because I knew so little about sex, the mystery of it, is something sexy happening here?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. But you thought it was.
Well, there was no chub happening.
I remember a commercial where it was like a flavored water commercial when I was like 8. And this woman had cherries. And the commercial was like a cherry going in her mouth. And I remember feeling like, this is porn on TV.
Well, that's porn.
Yeah, I was like, this is porn on TV, Miss Dasani or whoever.
In the movie Boomerang, Eddie Murphy, so Stranger, played by Grace Jones, is a French crazy singer who creates a perfume called Stranger. And then the commercials that they come up to sell the perfume are so hypersexual. It's so fucking funny. They're like, when they're trying to name the perfume, she's like, I have a list. After birth, style vagina.
Yeah.
And then she takes off her panties. It says, this is the essence of sex, and puts them in the perfumery's face.
Oh my God.
But
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones. But she is her entrance. Crate attached to a helicopter. The crate opens up, human horse-drawn carriage with her in it, bullwhipping these people. It is unforgettable.
Wow.
And recently.
That sounds cool.
It is amazing. Robin Givens, Eddie Murphy, Halle Berry is the actual love interest in it. It's so cunty, but what's her name? Lady Eloise, Eartha Kitt.
Yes.
She plays Lady Eloise. Anyways, long story short, I swear. The interesting thing about it is that Eddie Murphy, famously or not so famously, had dalliances with certain ladies of the night who went on, and then he made fun of them on stage.
The dolls, right?
The dolls. And this woman said, there's Hollywood is run by undercover fags.
Oh, I've seen this,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Like a boomerang. Don't fuck with me. That was about him.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at the time. It was so wild, girl. It was so cunty. But you know.
I mean, you know, you and I often lament about some of the hurdles of being a professional drag queen and having relationships. And that's the tip of an iceberg compared to the experience of, you know, obviously it's still hard today. 20 years ago, for a trans woman to find someone who would be amorous with them. I'm not saying just sexual, but amorous.
Yeah, love.
And not keep them the biggest secret in their life. That's something you and I can't even pretend to understand.
I can actually, though, because I though I never lived as a woman, I had sex with many men while dressed up, and many of them would say things that I've told you before, crazy stuff like, if I saw you on the street, I wouldn't even know you're a man. I was like, do you have glaucoma? So how long have you been blind?
I love you, and you're gorgeous.
Yeah, how long have you been blind for? How long have you been blind?
If I saw you on the street now,
Helen
is
Keller
it
would know.
nighttime?
Helen Keller
Is there a
would know.
heavy haze?
Is there a thick fog?
Are you 3 miles down the street?
Yeah, 30 miles even.
Yeah.
Is it via satellite from Mars?
Is it from behind?
Thank you.
Are you in a cloak?
Heavy bang, thick powder, no spook.
Walk fast, no spook.
Yes. But wait. So the Trace Lissette that I'm in my Katie Couric era, I interviewed her for a Grindr podcast, and I have a picture, and I want to show it to you because
This is so good. Podcast, we love pictures.
Please.
By the way, while she's bringing up the picture, I just want to introduce that today we put out a call on Twitter asking people to submit Q&As because if you want to come see Trixie and Katya Bald and the Beautiful live, we do a Q&A section. And I just thought on the pod, since I thought we could do a little preview of what that's like. Wow. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Trace Lissette.
Yeah.
Incredible
The
woman.
lashes, the lips, the hair, the skin, everything. Good for her. Hi, Trace. I never met her, but
She was in Hustlers. She was in she's in this movie Monica. She was in Transparent, of course. She was her words, not mine, a post-op transsexual with a Bangkok pussy.
well, as you know, I'm watching Top Model, and we talked about ISIS being like pro.
Oh, not
it's
ISIS, the organization.
No, ISIS, this trans woman. And now I'm watching David's putting on an all-star season. There's a Top Model All-Stars where it's girls from all the cycles who are competing again. And this cycle, it's not just modeling, it's like personality challenges because Tyra's looking for the next girl who can be a brand like Tyra.
Of course.
So it's a little more like Drag Race this season. But Mario Lopez flat out asks ISIS, again, this is decades ago.
Katie Couric style.
Asks, are you comfortable talking about your experience living as a man? But she says it a little clunkier than that.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On camera to sort of like, maybe not check before camera to see if that's even okay to ask on camera. Again, at the time, this was a very sensitive approach. But I guess it's good that 2 decades later, it's shocking because I guess that means growth.
Well, yeah, just like Carmen Carrera and Laverne Cox on Katie Couric.
Love. When Carmen's like, no.
She shushed her. She shushed her.
Thank you.
And then Laverne, the diplomat, came on later to explain, why is this a teachable moment? Why is this a teachable moment? Why was it inappropriate? Because I believe, my opinion, that it would have been the same line of questioning like, Katie, what do your pussy lips look like? Are they gray? Are they huge? Do they flap in your underwear?
Or if you and I went in drag and they always love to ask, what do you do with your dick too in drag? Which
I leave it in the microwave.
It's in a safety deposit box in Baltimore.
In Boston. Yeah, and at the sex change clinic in Bethesda, Maryland.
Yes.
I mean,
I never understand why that's such a thing. People always ask, what do you do with your dick? And how long do you take to get ready?
That's fine.
That's
fun
to talk
that's
about.
Glam.
People are always like, what do you do with your dick? And I was like, it's not even a good story.
The stork takes it away.
It's attached to me in a less obvious way right now.
Right. And it's none of your beeswax, baby.
You know, it's the bound titties. That's my dick right now. It's bound titties down there.
But nobody needs to know, and it's nobody's business. Because I was thinking about this, talking with Courtney Act, and now because she is really, really so. She's on the razor's edge of man and woman. She could use some hips, but that's another point. And I was like, we were talking it over, and like, where does the discussion stop, and why does it stop at this place? What's between your legs? Why do you want to know? Because you either want to fuck me or kill me.
That's a good point.
Or control me somehow. It's nobody's fucking business.
Or
you want to fuck me, kill me, or control me.
Or at best, you're trying to create a moment, like
a moment
on the internet.
Oh yeah, but this is before the internet.
Use my body as like a way to get clicks and views and like
sure, but that's sensationalized.
But even
before
on like
the internet,
Sally Jesse,
Maury,
you're asking because you want it's like the morbidity of it. It's like
the sensationalism of it.
And what do you do after you poop? Do you flush it? Do you play with it?
Yeah. Do you eat it? Do you gobble those turds, Miss Quirk?
It's weird that like if you traverse lines of gender as we traditionally know them, you apparently forfeit the dignity of like certain parts of your life. Just not even, you know.
Yes.
It's one thing if we're good Judies and we're out to dinner and we've had glasses of wine and you go, you know, I respectfully have a question I've always wanted to ask about.
Do you have to tuck them pussy lips? Yeah. Because I know
we have so many trans friends and it never crosses my mind. But maybe that's because at a young age, like I started seeing naked trans women in dressing rooms and whatever questions I had got answered without having to talk about it because I saw naked women all the time.
How about me and my family watching The Crying Game together?
I've never seen it.
Okay, let me tell you what happens in that movie. My family and I, my mom, my dad, and me, were sat down watching The Crying Game in which a woman opens her robe and there's a fucking penis and balls there. And then the man, Stephen Ray, throws up. And then it was parodied on Ace Ventura with Lieutenant Einhorn, Sean Young, with a whole police force throws up when they discovered she has a weenie in her panties. Mm-hmm. Humiliating, disgusting, despicable, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Crazy. The vomiting. Let me tell you what actually happens. The men who came to my apartment and wanted the weenie in my panties didn't vomit. They did something else.
They were thrilled.
They sucked the dick, girl.
Yeah. They love it.
They wanted the candy. Like Lady Chablis style, I have a man's toolbox hiding my candy. They came for the candy. I was the candy lady.
Right. The candy man can.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't come for, they came for that reason. I didn't have breasts, boobs, or titties at the time.
Well, you had them, but they were in a drawer.
Yes, they were huge. Heavy, thick, naturals.
It was a little bit like Subway, where he had a tray and you had the different size titties, the different size hips, and you were like, and did you want big juicy titties today?
Yeah.
A cups? Okay, great.
Okay.
And did you want diggly earrings?
Yeah.
Or like, he kind of built you like a sub sandwich.
Yeah, 100%.
Or celebrities, you're like, are you feeling a little more
Melina?
Michelle Pfeiffer tonight? Or are you feeling
Total Recall?
Yeah.
Demure or sleazy?
Yeah.
Like brunette or blonde? Brunette. Building Melina.
Yeah.
Fierce. It's cunty.
Yeah,
It's cunty.
Did you feel sad when sometimes those men said things like that? Were almost like if it was a different world?
I felt confused because I fell in love with many of them.
Because they would kind of say to you, if they're basically saying, if I didn't care about society this much, I would be able to care about this more.
Yeah, literally this guy who went to jail for 7 years, marijuana conspiracy, moving large quantities of marijuana.
I know that queen. Marijuana conspiracy.
She was on season 12.
The ganja. Those are original.
Ganja pussy.
Ganja pussy. Marijuana conspiracy herself.
He ate my ass from the thing to the bone, like Little Kim says. It called up his girl, told her we was boning. You know that one? How many licks? He came over on his lunch break. Often he was a construction foreman. He came in with a hoodie with no shirt underneath. Love. And then we would do it, and he was so turned on that he had to like stop himself all the time from coming. So, all the time. Stop himself all the time.
Well, I've been with many a straight men myself. They come in vibrating
mad as hell.
and pre-coming.
Yeah, mad as hell.
They come in an exhale away from coming.
Broke, fat, nasty, career in shambles. They come in that room mad as hell.
Because you're their like 4 a.m. Pornhub search.
Fantasy.
They are so worked up.
Oh, mama, they're worked up. They're worked up. And then unfortunately, for many experiences, I've not had the misfortune, but once they come, that's when the violence and the guilt and the shame can kick in, and then they murder you.
You're very lucky. When I think about it,
I'm also extremely strong and have a lot of knives in my apartment.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
Today's episode of The Bald and the Beautiful is brought to you by BetterHelp. Now, there used to be, this company was formerly just called Help. And then it got so good that it was changed to BetterHelp. A common misconception about relationships is that they have to be easy to be right. But sometimes the best ones happen when both people put in work to make them great. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you a little thing from my BetterHelp therapist. My BetterHelp therapist told me something that changed my life, which is when you enter a relationship, a working relationship, a boyfriend-girlfriend thing, or even a friendship, they don't do this, but in human life, we should almost make our loved ones sign a piece of paper saying, hey, by being my friend or partner or business partner or husband, you're signing up to get in the roller coaster of my childhood trauma. We almost should make people do that because in relationships, that's what we do. We settle in to take on someone else's little quirks and trauma and their innate PTSD. And whether or not you've been in therapy personally, this is something you can really think about because not every relationship has to be out of the box perfect. And BetterHelp can help you get tools to make your relationship great. I know for me, it's helped my personal relationships with my partner, with Katya, with my assistant, with everyone, because one of my things I learned the most about is boundaries, positive coping skills, setting boundaries. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's convenient, it's flexible, it's suited to your schedule. I've taken BetterHelp meetings on the phone, via text, on my phone on video, on my iPad on video, on my desktop, on the road. It's amazing. Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit betterhelp.com/bald today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bald. What is Liquid Death? Well, I'm going to tell you, it looks like a beer. I'm going to be honest. It looks like some straight guy, metalhead, weird, like energy drink, alcohol, liquid, sexual stimulant. It's a very bizarre looking can. And I started clocking them backstage at gigs and I was like, this is water. What a fabulous way to present water. I mean, water is always presented as like something so clinical and like, it's just never made to feel cool. But we all know that at the end of the day, there's nothing more uncool than feeling dried out. I would notice like sound guys and stuff walking around with like, it looks like a tall boy or something, but it's water. And it's really fierce. We have it in the fridge right now. Okay, but why would a healthy beverage be called Liquid Death? Because Liquid Death will brutally murder your thirst in infinitely recyclable cans, helping to bring death to single-use plastic bottles. Love. You guys, there's nothing better than sitting around in like a backstage environment or at a party environment. And it's just like so much better than drinking a water. It just makes you feel cool, fancy, smart. Love. Liquid Death also donates a portion of profits from every can sold to help kill plastic pollution. What I love the most about Liquid Death is, especially since I don't drink anymore, I love fun options of very like normal drinks. And this is a very fun option of a very normal drink. People think it's beer. People love to talk about it. The can art is so cool. You can get free shipping of Liquid Death's mountain water, flavored sparkling, and iced tea 8-packs with Amazon Prime, or grab a can or a case at your local 7-Eleven, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, or Instacart. Go to liquiddeath.com/bald to check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages and find your closest retailer. That's liquiddeath.com/bald, liquiddeath.com/bald. I do think you're very lucky that none of those men went into some kind of weird shame spiral and just turned on you. You were?
Yeah. I was a date, RAPED. I'll say this is very trigger warning for honestly. Yeah. I was, so this is a guy, he was a big muscly guy on steroids. Not big, he was like 5'8", and he used to love me to pound him. Okay, he was a big old bottom.
That's what a little. I don't think people realize that's usually what they want.
Usually what they want, because they can't. But one day I had lost my boner for whatever reason, and this is before I even learned about what Viagra was. So
did you chicken the couch
for Viagra?
You lost your boner. Just like
I was in the microwave. I'm so
hate
dumb.
that.
I know, and it was all like soft because of the microwave.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was horrified, but I had been. This was after my year of sexual realization at 30. I had been training my butt very slowly and softly with butt plugs, small ones, incremental.
This is before you moved on to pylons.
Yeah,
whatever the hell you're doing it now.
Phase, yeah. And I said,
the bean in Chicago.
He had a teeny little weenie, so I was like, why don't he throw that little weenie up there and let's get it cracking? You know, let's get it cracking.
Perfect for you. A trainer weenie, boyfriend dick,
dagger dick, unfortunately. So sharp and like a
pointy.
pencil, pointy and hard as hell.
Pointy's hard
as a nail.
Yeah,
I like soft, thick, and kind of 75% hard. So. I was doing it and I was like, this is unpleasant. I was like, and then I said, stop, I don't like this. And he wouldn't. And then he said, like the classic line, just let me finish. Date rape par excellence. It's the date rape 101.
But that also just goes to show that the way they've been groomed to view people like you who present somewhere between a gender, you're not even a person to them.
No, this is, he would do this to any women. I'm sure he's done it to many women. 100%. It had nothing to do with my gender, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
But so then I was like, it was a date rape. It was not like a physical assault. Although it was assaulting. Let's not joke about that. I was horrified and ashamed because I felt like this weird, bizarre emasculation in a sense, because I wasn't able to perform and deliver as a man. But then I'm like victimized as a female character. Truly bizarre.
That's really complex.
Yes.
In the moment to like process.
And I didn't process it until like 15 years later.
Yeah.
Because I continued to have sex with him after I discovered Viagra. Talk about cycles of whatever, you know what I mean? It's hard to leave that relationship. Hello.
Well, the other thing is, it's a little bit like there's already less people to date being, let's say, a male attracted to a male.
Yeah.
If you present as female and you're looking to have sex with men who are interested in somebody in your situation, that's even less people. So there's also not like you can unscrew a light bulb and put another one in, you know?
Well, unfortunately, actually, yes, because in Boston, the supply and demand worked well in my favor. Sometimes I'd have three guys in a night.
Well, you're also gorgeous. And you were, this is no tea.
Thank you. Well, I look better now. I look better now than I did then, unfortunately. It was strange. I looked older then than I do now. In drag,
you're a better makeup artist now.
Honey, if I had a human unit in my current body, they would have been like.
But you weren't as muscly either. You were able to do like sinewy.
Yeah, I was sexy and very flexible. Because I was my yoga days.
Right.
And I was sober, girl. I was 100% sober. So that was like a healthy body.
Right.
Healthy, not youngish, 30ish.
Hydrated, tight.
Not hydrated, but definitely.
You're like, I wasn't drinking water. Yeah. Let's not get anything twisted,
No.
bitch.
But I mean, I used to fuck this guy named Dylan. This guy, he was 21 years old from Southie. He was a Marine. Mama, this motherfucker would come 5 times in a night.
Yeah.
He was so virile, so sexy, so open-minded, so smart. We would have a cigarette break. He'd come, we'd take a break, have a cigarette. I'd massage his shoulders, the dick would go up.
Do your lips come right off?
Mama, in 10 minutes flat, all of this is in somebody's ass.
And the problem is you like those bold lips. Do you put on lighter lips for that?
Sometimes I try and they all gets washed up in the booty hole.
Because honestly, liquid lipsticks hadn't been invented yet.
No, and I was using Russian Red by MAC.
Which moves. It does move a little bit.
So they want the approximation of a female character in the dark, which is what I gave them. But these guys,
yes,
Mama, they want taffy puller. They want they have their fantasy and they try to coordinate that with your reality, and something in the middle happens. I don't know what, but everybody's.
I don't like that. I'm sorry that all happened to you.
No, it's okay.
But I guess one of my issues with it is I assume that part of your queerness made it impossible for them to also like give you personhood and dignity and respect, and like in that moment it was about him and what he needed and not about you at all.
Yeah, and that's
like,
just about like men taking stuff and put it. Fuck a pineapple, fuck a watermelon, fuck the American pie.
Be like that person on the internet fucking pasta.
Exactly.
Fuck a pumpkin. Somebody's always fucking pumpkins.
Mama,
come October.
I subscribed to an OnlyFans guy where he was deep digging a pumpkin. I was like,
Girl, on a Cheesecake Factory, get a chicken tetrazzini.
chicken
home and
tetras.
fuck it.
Fuck that chicken tetrazzini.
Go to the fucking Courtyard Marriott, get one of those margarita flatbreads.
Throw your
Fuck
linguine
it.
in a tetrazzini.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's take a break. This is the Q&A questions here today. We do have some Q's and some A's. We have them curated by Tracy here because,
All right, Tracy.
because I just don't trust. I almost put on my Twitter. By the way,
don't do it,
obviously
Jackie.
we will disregard all stupid joke questions because I knew these bitches are going to be like, "Do you leave milk and cookies?" Next.
Next.
Like, girl.
Thank you.
it's
No,
not-
sorry. Next.
It's not the crack up you think it is, Gina from Idaho. It really isn't.
It's the Quacker Factory.
Okay.
It's the Quacker Factory.
We have a call in from a person called Lady Bunny 77. When will you both retire? Well, bitch, you're still working and you're 70 years older than us, bitch. So
I'm so glad you asked, girl.
what is she? She's actually got to be 60, early 60s?
Or 62 maybe?
60, yeah.
62.
And she's not retired. And listen, she still looks good. She still looks
Honey,
like fucking Lady Bunny.
And if she's still that demo I received from her, the My Love, honey, I'll retire when you stop making music, baby.
no kidding, Bunny. I mean, Bunny's music, honestly, I think the music she's done in the past 5 years is
Take
the best
me
music
up
she's
high,
done. Yeah.
way up to the ceiling, it's heaven. All the remixes are cunt.
Yeah.
Mama, but she stops making music and she stops twirling, then I'll stop twirling.
There you go. It's a standoff. Bunny, if you quit, we'll quit.
Yeah, hop, hop.
But if you do quit, can I have your dresses? Because I do think that she and I have some connective
A
tissue.
flattering figure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm lazy, but Bunny has figured out to make. You never look at Bunny's outfits and go, "Oh, she's calling it in."
Yeah. Oh, she's so drab
That's her-
today.
that's her drag,
What a
yes.
drab, grim affair.
Those wigs.
It's too much.
Her skeleton, when she dies and she donates her body to science, I don't know what those heavy wigs. Her spine is going to be like a freeway.
It's giving spina bifida.
Mel,
Not the lordosis.
not the Lordos. What is each of y'all's favorite memory working together?
EGL?
What is each of y'all's?
Oh, Southern.
What is each of y'all? What is
Right.
each of y'all's favorite memory working together?
Oh,
Mine is so random.
talk about it.
I don't know why, but when we did Trixie and Katya live, every night there's this part where I grab you and move you upstage.
Wait, no, my favorite is the when you go that one.
That almost made me laugh every night.
It's so funny, and sometimes I was so sweaty, I felt so gross. But when I was dryish, if it was a lot better because I was flinging sweat into the crowd.
You were.
and onto your face.
You were.
But the
I would grab you and I would try to do this moment where I grab her shoulders and talk to her,
Yeah.
and she would flail.
Flail.
And it made me laugh. And there was this one time where I think it was like a record scratch, and I grab your shoulders and walk into the fridge, and I go like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Every time,
Love.
if I looked at your little blue eyes, I was like on the verge of laughing, on the verge every time. So sometimes I would laugh and you go, "What?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm just unprofessional, like nothing."
I also loved, my favorite moment is like when you were over at .com/I can't do it anymore before the show, I would naturally have to, and of course loved to mobilize my mental health.
Yeah.
Because you can't have two bad eggs in a basket.
No.
And it was rare. It was rare. But like, I'd be like, okay, good. Okay. And before we get on stage, and I was just like, okay, we will sell this house today.
I know, and I
We
would be
will sell
like,
this
"Don't do all that. What is this about?" You know. And then sometimes you would be over it because it's almost like whichever one of us was, it's like when two people have dying iPhones, and it's like I'm at 10%. Well, I'm at 3. It was sort of like we're
Who's got the
both-
cord? Who's got the cord?
Sometimes it would be like, well, you put 2 thermometers up our asses, and whichever one of us has a higher fever gets the medic gets the doctor's visit. You know, it was like, well, here we are again.
Love.
Sometimes when you want to talk a million words being communicated a moment, you and I would walk up to the stage before show. We go up to curtain and we just go, "Girl."
The sigh heard around the world.
Mama.
Yeah. Well, it's Madonna did a similar thing. She did some precedent. They were like, sometimes I don't want to go on stage, but there's 20,000 people out there, so I have to do it.
By the way, you still have a process, and usually by the time I get out there, it's fine. But everything leading up to it, sometimes my mood right before I go on has nothing to do with my mood once I'm out there.
Oh, no.
Complete
Absolutely not.
shift.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I recommend if you ever don't want to work, just get 5,000 to 6,000 of people who love you to clap when you walk in.
Yeah, or like 10 grand of them at Wembley.
Yeah, it really helps to just walk into people standing and screaming.
Yeah,
do that at Starbucks. Do it at Office Max.
And when they're doing it for you and not your understudy, because there's no understudy, that's cuntaliciousdiva.com.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't because I'm not a real actor.
Well, I listened to the You and Bianca episode, and they were talking about like if you go see, if you were going to see Bette Midler's like life story one woman show, there's a Bette Midler understudy who does her show.
What?
Because Bianca told you this on the pod.
I don't remember it.
Because I guess legally, if they show an understudy, they don't have to refund tickets. So you could go see an evening with Patty LuPone, and Patty's understudy could go on and do her.
And it's Carly DeBone.
It's a woman in a Patty wig, like telling Patty's life story from her POV, and being like, "Remember that time I won a Tony?" Like it's that.
Cole Escola has an understudy in his show in New York, and if I went to that show and it was not Cole Escola,
it better be actually Mary Lincoln Todd,
honey. It better be. I would leave.
Yeah.
Because Andrew made the costumes. He made one for the understudy too.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I don't think they have to refund tickets if that happens. I think that's why. How do you think each other's drag influences you? Whether it's makeup, comedy, aesthetics in general, is there any overlap?
No, I think there's a perfect Venn diagram of like.
Yeah, you'll notice
complementary.
I've never inspired her to put hand makeup on or put nails on.
No, you have. You inspired my body makeup journey, which is still a TBD.
I was gonna say.
Excuse me,
you know how they say a journey starts with one step?
I'm on the pre-step. I'm on the pre-step for the actual step to start.
Totally.
No. But I did for when I feature. So nails, I can't. A lot of times I did it on the first day.
But you used to love it.
Well, because
you used to feel it.
But so this is gross. Can I say something gross?
Yeah.
Okay. I do the nails, right? And they're cuntylicious diva. And then I feel so pussy. And then I take the nails off and file down off the glue. Because those stick-ons don't work for me. They don't stay on. Okay, they just don't. Then I go to pull the taffy and bits of nail glue get onto the penis. And it feels like, I don't know, jerking off with a piece of sandpaper.
Do you know what Tammy called, she-ness? Tammy Brown called it her shiwi.
Shiwi Herman.
No.
But the hand makeup and the body makeup is non-negotiable now.
You have a relationship with jewelry that I don't have. You'll notice in drag, I don't care much for much jewelry.
It makes me feel like a woman.
And when I see you sometimes roll out a suitcase of jewelry,
oh yeah,
I am sometimes like, I wish I wore more and better jewelry.
To much to the chagrin of anybody working for me, such as Fina, perhaps. When I say, where are all the gold earrings? And I mean, now I don't fight with Fina, who, by the way, skinny licious diva.
Yeah. I wouldn't try to fight with Fina either.
No, 6'3", boop.
No, thank you. She'll tell you exactly. She'll say, well, I didn't bring them all because I didn't want to.
Love. But she doesn't do that anymore. She's Hustle Tina now.
Good for her.
So previous employees of mine would not want to bring all the jewelry. And when we get on set, because a stylist, for example, at a photo shoot or a video shoot, they bring all the jewelry. They bring everything. They lay it out. The jury is out. The juror.
Jury duty. Yeah. Somebody's on jury duty.
Yeah. And they say, okay, because this outfit calls for mixed metallics, whatever. This doesn't, I just want it all there and it looks cunty.
Right. And that's what normal people experience.
Yes.
Brandon will really he'll grab things he thinks will work and he'll grab whatever I say. So I
that's
have
everything.
options.
That's everything. Yeah.
Fina would be like, girl, you're not going to wear that. And she was right. Yeah. Fina would almost be like, because
she's a drag queen. She's a drag queen, right? Yeah.
So her approach is always like, girl, I'm not going to bring tempers earrings because you're wearing one.
Yeah. But we did a shoot recently, me and Fina. Fina is, mama,
she's bomb.
She is the bomb.com.
She's real.
She's lost a ton of weight and because of that, I think, and she has much more. Oh, it's just like so fun. It's just so great to see.
She's like a guru. She has life figured out. She's so happy.
She's also
beautiful in drag.
20 years in drag.
Never looked better. And also, she just is like bloom. She's the only one thriving in 2024. If you guys don't follow Fina on Instagram, she posted a story from like drag yesterday, and I was like,
she's thriving.
She
2024.
might be one of the prettiest drag queens I know.
2024, she's thriving.
Yeah, she's fierce. I also want to say, we have very different points of view when it comes to our solo material.
Oh yeah,
and I like it because I part of why I would think I like working with you is because
you're not threatened by my art.
Not threatened. I'm certainly not threatened. But I never, with your solo work, I never know what's coming. It's so not my voice or my anything. It's art. It cracks me up.
Because it's art.
You sent me
art is subjective. I will not criticize you on your art.
Fuck off. This is a... That's horrible.
Drac Mortar and Swantula. They know about my art.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not making fun of them. I love them.
I love...
I do.
I know a lot of people with that timbre of voice.
Bert and Ernie?
Yes. Big Dipper has that kind of timbre of voice too.
Love Big Dipper.
It's like very resonant, very nasal.
Yeah.
It's I love it.
Wait. I'm going to do Delta podcast.
Girl, Delta, her clips recently.
Cunty.
There was I saw a clip saying like, would you trust a plastic chair? like a plastic lawn chair. And she was like, no, if you see me at your function and I'm not sitting, you know why. Because she was like, I'm not going to sit in that chair.
Oh, I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
Thank
She says
you.
that this is for people who are 165 pounds, and I'm not. And
Say it again. I love
But like
her.
Delta saying, like, would you trust this? And it's a plastic chair.
Yeah, would you trust
Whoa.
mayonnaise from a packet? No.
No. Do you see you're talking about ranch?
I sure the fuck
Ranch,
did.
that's ranch. Well, ranch is disgusting anyway, I think.
Thank you. I
Like-
feel like I'm the only person in the world who doesn't.
That person who's, when I was a server,
Ranch. Buffalo wings with
I
ranch.
could smell a ranch person a mile away. I go up to the table and I go, you eating French fries? And I go 3, 2, 1, and they go, and can I get a ranch?
Ranch.
And I go, yeah, you fucking pig.
Yeah.
Like,
when did the hurt start? When is the hurt going to stop?
what are the little black things in ranch? You know, it's like white creamy with little black dots. What is that? Is it pepper?
I would hope it's not anchovies.
Because I heard in Caesar it's anchovies.
What is these? Bleh. Today's episode is brought to you by Drive Away Dolls, a new comedy from Focus Features written by Ethan Cohen and Trisha Cook, starring Margaret Qualley, Geraldine Viswanathan, and Beanie Feldstein. Drive Away Dolls is only in theaters this Friday. Director-writer Ethan Cohen and writer Trisha Cook team up for this comedy caper that follows Jamie, played by Margaret Qualley, a free spirit bemoaning yet another breakup with a girlfriend, and her demure friend Marion, played by Geraldine Viswanathan, who desperately needs to loosen up. In search of a fresh start, the two embark on a wild road trip to Tallahassee. Things quickly go awry when they cross paths with a group of inept criminals along the way. Buckle up and strap in for a road trip you won't forget. Drive Away Dolls is only in theaters this Friday. Visit driveawaydollsmovie.com to get tickets now. This episode is brought to you by Lelo. Once, when I was in college, I made a painting that perfectly encapsulated the idea that solo pleasure is a natural and healthy means for both men and women to explore their bodies and desires, aiding in understanding personal sexual preferences and potentially enhancing partnered experiences. While that painting now hangs in the Louvre and is admired by millions of visitors a year, the torch of that sentiment is carried on by a company called Lelo. They sent me the Soraya beads to try out, and if you've ever been invited to a bead party in your butt, you've no idea what you're missing. Each person's body is unique, so you have to put in the time to explore all the myriad options out there until you decide what feels best for your body. For me, it's butt stuff. For someone else, it could be the neck, the back, well, you can pick up what I'm putting down. And what's even better than exploring your body on your own? Well, exploring it with someone else. Lelo is the perfect place to find a special, unique gift that can add some much-needed spice in your life. Lelo's Soraya beads have a cascading pleasure design, which includes 4 vibrating anal beads with a gradual increase for maximum comfort when exploring anal pleasures. Additionally, their innovative bow motion technology provides powerful vibrations that resonate inside you, one bead after another. And if you're thinking to yourself, Katya, can these be used by ladies and gentledems and everyone in between? Why, yes, they certainly can. Soraya beads allow easy access to anal pleasure for everyone. Fun is guaranteed. Keep the romance alive beyond Valentine's Day. The season of love continues at Lelo. Visit lelo.com now for exclusive discounts on luxury products and use code BALD10 at checkout for an additional 10% off your purchase. Don't miss out. This is love extended. Again, that's lelo.com and use code BALD10 at checkout for an additional 10% off your purchase.
My question for both of you, when you shower, do you wash your bald head? This is from the Bright Henry.
Oh, I love this.
Do you wash your bald head with shower gel or shampoo? I'm not being shady. I'm genuinely curious.
Okay, well, no, shampoo would be fucking crazy because there's no hair.
I have news for you.
Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I do. I do every other day, I do shaving cream and then I shave it with a razor and then I moisturize it or put oil on it. Or Tenskin aftershave as well.
I would say a lot of the benefits of shampoo are for your scalp, not for the hair.
Mm-hmm.
So there are many shampoos that would give you scalp benefits.
Head and shoulders?
Men's scalps generate about twice as much oil as women's scalps. So many
Sebum.
men's shampoos tend to be like very sudsy to cut through oil.
Interesting.
So men tend to have oilier scalp. So if anything, you still should use shampoo just to like cut oil on your scalp. But
found dead, scalped.
But shaving
Scalped.
shaving is so traumatizing to the scalp. It is.
It rips off the whole layer, so I feel like there's no point.
Yeah.
Also, I only have shampoo in the house for guests. When my brother came to visit with his full thick head of hair, he was like, "Do you have any shampoo?" I was like,
Your brother has a full head of hair.
"Am I a Nicki fan?" Yeah, the McCooks have hair, the Morans don't.
What a faggot. That makes me so mad. That makes me so mad. I'm so mad for you.
Mama, you should visit the McCook clan. Huge jaws, cartoon heads, giant, thick, glossy hair. Some gray, some not.
And what are you
Cunty.
up to?
Mama, I'm the goblins from the Morin side.
Katya, you think Trixie has psychic powers, or she's just a good friend who remembers that you like apple fritters?
No, I do think that you have. So this is, I don't want to get too woo-woo. We're in LA after all.
This is the place to do
I've
it.
eschewed astrology for Chinese zodiacery.
Plants, fake. Astrology, real.
Well, Chinese zodiacery is real. The zodiacery of it all.
Dr. Sun.
Zodiacery.
She told me, she said, my year is
Oh my God, what animal are you and what
I
element?
think snake. And she was like, oh, 34. She's like, the snake. She's like, this is going to be a hard year for you. And I was like, thanks, girl.
No, it is. You're the only snake that I know.
You're like a rat.
Search around for food.
Yeah. What are
I'm
you?
a water dog, a wet bitch.
Oh.
Snakes are tough.
Explains the sweating. You're wet bitch. The sweating.
No shit.
Your zodiac is sweating.
Mama, humping everything and sweating while doing it. So I get along very well with everybody besides snakes.
That's tough.
I know. But what element are you? Can you look it up, Trace?
I don't think I'm psychic.
No. Wait. Let me finish. I think that I think that you have some kind of there is some kind of inherent vision associated with your heritage.
Intuitive.
But more than that. Intuitive is just perception.
The
This
more
is some-
psychic occurrences I have, the less I believe in being psychic. The more I think I just am a little intuitive.
I think that you have some kind of seer in you. Ojibwe.
I've told you about my Uncle Joe. Have I talked about my Uncle Joe on this pod?
No, and I don't think you should.
Okay.
I don't think you should.
Is there a rude girl that scares you? That's such a loaded question. There's ones we talk about that scare us, and for that reason, we will never tell you who they are because they
Bam.
scare us.
Yes, that's that part.
As far as like people I would never want to piss off, if your last name has Muse in it, I want you to be my friend.
T.
I love Candy, but like
T.
I know if I ever woke up and said like, fuck Candy Muse on Twitter would not be like, I'll let it go. You know what I mean?
The vultures will be circling.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a really great question. I'm not a. I am. No. I hate some.
There's just girls where like
I hate a couple.
or like Monet. Monet does have the time. If you
you
fuck
mean?
with Monet on like Twitter, Monet's like, let me just,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm not brave enough to start a fight, and I know somebody like Candy and Monet would be like, and would you say ball bitch? You know,
Yeah.
like they would let
Raja.
me know.
I'm a little afraid of Raja. A little bit.
Yeah.
Little
For
bit.
what?
Tranma.
What are you afraid of?
Roger. Her just her. I feel like no, I'm not afraid of her. I just love her.
Do you know she almost burned down my apartment once?
I'm afraid of her again.
All right. How far would you make it in the Hunger Games?
Girl,
This person's Twitter name is currently
I'm
packing
starving.
a bowl.
I'm starving. I wouldn't make it past. I wouldn't the pre-step to get onto the chopping block. I wouldn't even make it that far.
You would start high metabolism.
I would
You'd die early.
I would be in the one of those people with the wigs on in the Capitol. I'd be one of them hoes.
Yeah.
I'd be like, kill them all. Let's have some eclairs.
I'm not very good at fighting, but I think
Well,
I'm
it's
good at.
weaponry.
Yeah.
It's not hand-to-hand combat, right? It's like
It ends up being
crossbows.
both.
Bofa?
It ends up being both poissoning, drowning.
Oh, jeepers,
But a lot of people in the
creepers.
Hunger Games die from what do you call it? The elements.
Being fierce.
Dehydration. That's how people die in the Hunger Games.
That's
a lot
me.
of them.
I would get sucked into a lake and choke on my own vomit. But that's just like a Thursday.
Yeah. Most embarrassing memories during your drag career.
How much time do we have?
No kidding. I have this great memory of you. There's this gif of you in drag. You know the one where you turn your head and the wig falls off and then your
Yes.
face goes, oh.
It was fierce because that wig was so many heavy synthetic tracks. It had a mind of its own. Of course, it was
The momentum.
The momentum, exactly.
You stop spinning.
Centrifugal force.
It's spinning.
That's like not even the tip of the iceberg. When it comes to humiliation and drag, I could write an Encyclopedia Britannica. It's not even funny. It's actually it's disturbing if I really think about it.
Flopping as RuPaul in front of RuPaul is pretty far up there.
Oh, I hate to belabor the point, but flubbing the Glamazonian Airways. I ruined an otherwise fabulous challenge.
Yeah.
Twice. Twice.
Yeah.
Doing it twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Why
Which
do it
is
once
funny
when you can
because
do it
I've
twice?
seen you memorize I saw you memorize a brand new mix for Reverie in like a couple days.
No. All that was in the brain bucket. It was the arrangement that I needed to memorize.
Oh, so you already knew the clips.
Oh, of course, like the back
Okay.
of my hand.
That's the
It
secret.
takes me so long to memorize stuff, to learn the breaths. That was a spoken word thing. In less than 48 hours, it wasn't going to happen.
Especially since we never get paid to say things memorized. That part of my brain atrophied. The limb is this.
Oh, see, but that mine has grown, but it just takes so long because I was learning foreign language lyrics. I didn't even know how to spell.
Right.
So just doing sounds. But it just takes so much repetition. Anything takes a lot of repetition. You know, as a musician, you can't learn to play the guitar in 3 weeks. Yeah. It takes 13 years.
That's honestly the part of musicianship that I've always hated is the rehearsal. I hate singing it 10 times for no one. I hate it.
Eric Rusk, the horn player who sponsored me in Boston, up at 5 a.m. blowing on the horn every single day, 7 days a week, 365 fucking days a year.
Profesh, but that's profesh.
Well, university professor.
Yeah.
In the graduate school of music at BU.
You both have done and still do different projects together with the Bald and the Beautiful podcast, wrote books, went on tour, made music together. Is there anything left that you gals haven't done that you want to do?
Together? Just a hot porno tape? A hot porno series with porns happening hotly?
I think we could, I'm not even joking, but when I see these fucking turds that have started cults, if Mother God can do it.
Mother Goose can do it.
Did you watch Mother God?
Not yet. I'm saving it for my palliative care scenario.
People eating so much colloidal silver that they're blue? Honey,
I gotta go.
You gotta watch it.
I gotta go watch it in the car.
I think we could do a cult. I do. I also think we could do. I think you and I could do a monthly Oprah's favorite things, like a Birchbox.
The pig table. The
For
subscription.
like $50 a month, you and I pick out some beauty products, some snacks, a DVD, and we basically send people like, here's our favorite things of the month. I would love that.
That's fierce.
Yeah.
Did you watch? I watched Lana Del Rey on Instagram Live last night in a parking garage in her car, watching and flipping out about the Super Bowl. And I recorded it and remixed it and put it on my Instagram. Like? It was the Lions, maybe. Why are you looking at me? I don't know, because GAY. I was like, is this really happening? Is this really happening? It was really happening. And she was in a parking garage alone in a car on Instagram, gagging about the Super Bowl on her phone, where the audio kept going out and out. It was truly bewitching.
Did you watch the Alexis Stone Lana Del Rey?
I did. Mm. She's doing drag, baby.
She's the tunnel under Ocean Boulevard, honey.
Hello.
What was your first thought of each other when you met on season 7? Good question.
I thought, funny looking.
You know what's funny? Because of the way you looked, I was like, okay.
Nothing special. Yeah.
No, nothing special. I just honestly thought like somebody who looked that deliberately like pretty and sexy was not going to be a funny person to talk to.
Okay. I thought you were a very nice person. That was clear. Very nice.
Whereas like people like me and Tempest, you can tell we're trying to be like waka waka waka. Mm-hmm. You didn't look like you were trying to be foolish. I was like, so some whores here. Yeah. No, I was still right though.
Yeah.
Would you ever do a movie together? If so, what's the plot?
Oh my God. So easy. So easy.
International Treasure?
It's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 6.
Shot for shot.
Shot for shot.
I would love to make practical magic.
Impractical magic.
I'll wear a black wig for that.
Impractical
and you
magic.
wear a red wig.
Impractical magic. Sandy Bullock.
I'm talking shot for shot.
Diane Wieston, Soccer Channing.
I bet we can get them.
No. We get fucking Bunny and Bianca.
Love. And then at the end when they jump off the roof and fly, we don't fly.
Dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, water balloon of blood.
But it's a high rise. It's a high rise in Hong Kong.
High mat. Oh. We jump off high mat onto the pavement.
Hollywood producers,
hello.
Where are you listening?
Yeah. If you were snubbed for Barbie, get on this train.
It's
Impractical
going
magic.
right into the station. No breaks.
Well, no one's going to call us. We're just going to have to call Peaches Christ.
That's okay.
And then she's going to call us, make us a financial offer, and we're going to say no. Yes. And this is going to be the end of the conversation. So,
Impractical magic.
Impractical magic.
Yeah, fierce. That's fierce.
If you had to get a matching tattoo, what would you get?
I would get a heart. Oh. A heart with a arrow through it.
Oh, I love that.
Classic, yeah.
I've always thought I would get that little pink bone.
I love it. Classic.
Ron.
Would it be a cell phone or a telephone?
A little corded pink phone.
Love
Doesn't Ron have Thorpe?
He might.
I think he does. I would maybe get a Thorpe fan.
Yeah. That's
all of us. If you ever get an Emmy, we're getting one.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One night only, unlimited budget, anything, anywhere you want project. What would you want to organize, stage or public? That's such a crazy question.
Wait, are you joking? For real?
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh. I would want to make it's like one event, not a movie. What did they say it again?
One night only, unlimited budget. Anything, anywhere you want to do. What would you want to organize for the stage or public?
The Super Bowl halftime show.
Too.
Lana Del Rey. Headlining.
Oh, so you're not in it?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
creative
I thought
directing.
they were like for us.
No, I'm creative
Okay.
directing the Super
We're
Bowl.
just
And
there.
it's Lana Del Rey, headliner, only Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
In the most outrageous production ever assembled of the most talented acrobats, singers, dancers, plasma video screens, the whole field. It's in another field. It's not in that field. They set it up all in a different field, and they do live cast from the other field. And it's like Burning Desire. She's lowered from a fucking helicopter into a giant volcano. I mean, it's like it would be unforgettable, truly unforgettable. All lip synced, of course, pre-recorded.
You're there just watching?
No, I'm directing it.
Oh, okay. In this thing, David is in the NFL and I'm Taylor Swift in the box.
Fierce.
Yeah.
Which box? Like a
You know,
coffin?
she's always
A
like there
coffin?
watching.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Oh, yeah. And you got a headset on.
Yes, absolutely. What's the strongest perfume you own or favorite to wear in drag currently?
Oh my God. It's always Oud Save the Queen by Atkinson's in drag, but my current faves is Cherry Smoke and Lost Cherry.
I knew you were going to say
Cherry Smoke and Lost Cherry together. Yeah, cunty. Wow. So beautiful. I love.
I've been back on my Chanel Chance shit.
Really?
It's just like flowery.
For Girlina?
Flowery.
What about
I love flowery.
What about Boytina?
Oh, Cowboy Grass by, I forget who makes it, Cowboy Grass.
By Earl Bucket of the Hollywood.
I got it at Todd Snyder. Okay, I'm like RuPaul where I don't know, I never know someone's real name. I always say like some accidental fake version of it.
Tex Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's that store? David's like, Macy's. I'm like, if you could pick one dish to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, easy. Yellow curry with white rice, chunks of carrots, chicken, and potatoes.
I want the penne rosa from Noodles and Company. No mushrooms, add broccoli.
Fierce.
It's cunty. And maybe one more. Trixie, who was your favorite to play in Rocky Horror? Katya, where were you on January 6th?
Oh, I was at the Capitol. I was jerking off in Nancy Pelosi's office. And the guy who wanted his hat back, I have it. I have it in my microwave.
Oh my God.
The horns, they went right up my ass. Bofa.
I think that's all we have. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you on January 6th. You know where. It's the first rule of Fight Club. Bye.